Hello everybody, my name is Quasar, I am your host, and today is a very special episode, simply because it is, pretty sure the first collaboration I've ever done for this channel, and it is a two-parter, with the other part being on Vee channel. You can check that out with the little card, but also there will be a link to it at the end of the video, which is where I recommend you go to. Anyway, this video it's about Vee. It's a Vee collaboration. It just makes sense. And what we'll be going over is some of the most interesting facts I could find about Vee. And some of these are actually really cool. But with that being said, let's get right into the facts. Our first fact is honestly one that I think is so cool, and it is that Vee and Glisten are extremely similar when it comes to character design. It's not obvious at first, but I'll talk about how it is in a bit. First of all, they both have microphones, and both of them actually have the same face. Like, they have the same smug smile. They both have a bow. Both of them, both of them have their arms crossed, and their, idle animations. Here's Glisten's now. His arms are crossed, he has a bow on his back, and as you can see whenever I flip my camera, he has the same smug smile. Also, it gets even cooler with their twisteds also mimicking each other. So, you'll see the twisteds in a second, but both of them have this, ripped part of their body as if it was just torn apart. Not completely, though. Some of it remains. It's really cool. And creepy. Maybe it's not cool. You can see right there the black parts on Vee. Now, I do know I have gone over this fact before on my channel, however, that video kind of flopped and only got 5,000 views, so I felt like going over it again because it is a really cool fact, in my opinion. Now, on to our next fact, which is actually a few facts. So, the first one I want to go over is Vee is the toon with the best extractability, and what this means is she has the highest stars in extraction, and the highest possible stars, not counting the non-playable Dandy, which is only available for developers to test. So she has 9 total stars in extraction, which that's only other toons could tie her in that, and they would have to have really bad stats in the other categories like Vee in order to have those. Another thing is that Vee is just terrible now. So, Vee used to be a terrific toon, and then they introduced Glisten, who was, always there, but then they introduced Yada, who absolutely outclasses Vee, and now, if you're using Vee, it's because you're helping the extractor. Yeah, and I have been running polls recently that you can vote on, and Vee is the least liked main toon. Now, technically, we don't know this for sure, but we do because the mains in that poll were all of the mains except Pebble, and based off of other polls and stuff, Pebble is the most liked main, or at least second. So on to our next fact, and this one is actually really neat, and that is that Vee has some of the most unique hurt animations any toons have. Sadly, I don't have the footage of these, and they're really cool. If you have any of the skins for Vee, I recommend testing them out, but I can read off what they look like. When hit, Vee's face changes to a blue rebooting screen, like the blue screen you would get on a computer or any Windows device when it fails to work properly. However, when using the vintage skin while getting hit, a black and white screen with the words "The End" appear, referencing old black and white rubber hose cartoons. When using the Cosmic Signal skin, her hurt face changes to a blue screen with the text "Signal Error" because it's Cosmic Signal. And the Star Time Vee skin's hurt face, I messed up saying that, changes to a black screen with "Please Wait," a crescent moon, a line in the middle, and 2 X's, one above and one in the below. I forgot how to talk, I guess. This next fact is also about Vee, as all of the facts in this video are. However, this is one of the more sad ones. It is confirmed that Vee is just terrible at complimenting people, or other tunes in this case, without it sounding backhanded. We see her doing this in her interaction with Brightney, and it is confirmed by Quevler. Please tell me how to say Quevler, actually. People have said that I'm saying it funny, and that it seems the right way to say it, but it just seems funny. Anyway, Quevler confirmed that Vee's favorite contestant is Brightney, so she likes Brightney. However, one time she tries to compliment Brightney in her interaction, and it comes off as offensive, or at least like a backhanded compliment, if that makes sense. Now, this fact right here, I can not talk ever, my goodness. Now, this fact right here has got to be one of my favorite in the entire game, and it's not just about Vee. So, while using Vee in a blackout, she glows brighter than the majority of tunes. The other ones that do this are Astro, Connie, and Rudy. The source I'm looking at right now, for some reason, doesn't have Brightney listed. Brightney also glows brighter in blackouts. I may have to start editing the wiki. Okay, with all of that being said, their skins also depict the color they glow. I sadly don't have footage, and considering how rare blackouts are, by the time I need to get this video out, I don't have time to get the footage. But Cosmic Signal makes it a dark purple. Her StarTime skin is light blue, very similar to Astro's regular glow, and her vintage skin is equipped. When the vintage skin is equipped, the glow turns white, which is really cool to see with all the different ones. I'm pretty sure the blue one lights up the most, but I think the vintage skin just makes her kind of like Brightney in that sense. Now on to the next one. Now, our next fact is about Vee's dialogue. Now, she has some pretty interesting dialogue, and we're not going over all of that. Once more, I'm sorry that I don't have proper footage, but this video goes up really soon after I finish recording, and I just didn't have time to get it. So, while talking to other tunes in the elevator, not in roleplay mode, I checked. Vee has her own unique font, and it is called Press Start, or 2P. And essentially, it's a really pixely retro look like you would see in an older video game. Now, another fact about her dialogue is Vee and Scraps have the longest interaction in the entire game, with 7 entire lines of dialogue between the two of them. And that is just a crazy amount of time, because you're only in the elevator for about, like, 30 seconds total. So the fact there are 7 lines of dialogue is crazy. Now on to our next fact. And believe it or not, our next fact is to subscribe. Not only to this channel, but also to Vee Cheese's. You will see both of our channel icons on the side of the screen right now, as well as Vee Cheese's video. Now, I would also like to give a special thanks to the Bit Maestro for the amazing remixes you hear in the background. I believe I have Accumula Town from Pokemon Black and White playing in the background of this video. It's honestly an amazing song, and all of their music is really great. I would recommend giving it a listen. With all that being said, please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 10,000 before summer starts. Please check out Vee Cheese's video on this, and have a terrific day. I'm your host, Quasar, and until next time, stay entertained. I totally botched that ending. Bye!